Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. I don't know if I can really call this miniature at this point today. Obscurities and semi-large things for the tabletop. It just doesn't have as much of a ring to it. Anyways, this lovely fellow here comes to us from Mini Monster Mayhem, who I love for the fact that they have such a penchant for ridiculously big models that really shine on both the tabletop and just for display purposes. So when this guy was released, this is their mechanical Tarrasque. It was part of a all metallic warforged golem robot mecha-like release. So that's where he came from. And originally he was, a more typical scale, but then the dude who does the supports for Mini Monster Mayhem took it upon themselves to blow it up to 200% size. And when they went ahead and offered the pre-supports for that, I was like, well, let's take a look. How big can it be? At this point, I don't even know what the point of the regular sized one is. I mean, this thing is just absolutely bonkers. Will it actually see any use on the tabletop? I don't know. But will it look really cool showing off on my shelves? Absolutely. So just to give you an idea of the head size, there is a typical Space Marine. Now, this is just one of the parts. Let's get the rest of the body as I desperately look for where I put it in these nice large chunks. The body consists of 3 main pieces, and I might add that they all go together quite neat and nicely. I don't know why, but this thing gives off major Genoga vibes if you've played enough Monster Hunter. Maybe it's just the elaborate kind of lightning-like look to his backside there. I'm always amazed that Mini Monster Mayhem stuff comes off of the print bed so cleanly, considering how nuts it usually is. Yes, I've broken a few things here and there. My big multi-armed crawler thing from way back when, I'm going to have to bust him out now, I think, for this video. I don't even know where I put it. I know I busted quite a few fingers on that. The dragon, I don't know if I ever showed off the Asian dragon. I'm going to have to go check now before I post this, and if I haven't, then we'll have to rectify that at a later date, but we'll show him probably in the second half of this video for sure. But all of their stuff, very elaborate, very pointy, very spiky, very going in every direction. You may remember some of the dinosaurs that they've done with some very elaborate plumage, and I'm running out of space on the screen, so here's the rest of the tail. The majority of the body is hollow with the exception of the final tail piece. And then we have the actual limbs, which are quite stout and sturdy. Again, everything is nicely hollowed, so if you're concerned about wasting resin, you are going to be using quite a bit in just getting this guy off the supports. But I managed to get it all within one bottle, one of the 1,000-gram bottles. I have not done the base. I'm not even sure if I'm going to do the base, but you can see right here, if we stick our little Marine in here, he is quite crowded out of the picture. So I'm eagerly looking forward to getting this guy all glued together and cannot wait to show him off. I'll grab that dragon like I was talking about, and hopefully if you guys are excited and interested in printing and painting such a monstrosity yourself, well, hopefully we'll let you get in on that deal as soon as possible. So, sit tight. Okay, folks. This literally is probably, I think, the biggest model I have inflicted upon myself, and I enjoyed absolutely every moment of it. And we've got our lovely witch hunter friend there, just to give you guys a good size idea. Now, keep in mind, I do not even have the base printed for this thing yet. I don't even know if I need it. It's just that big. It's literally like the size of my dog. If my dog was mechanical and covered in giant spikes. But look at this thing. It is just absolutely massive. And I love it. It is freaking huge. Where'd our witch hunter friend? He's there somewhere. I mean, you want to talk about like end boss, final monster of a campaign. Now this is, again, the 200% version. So if you wanted some lame, smaller one, I mean, yeah, I get it. But why? Why would you settle for smaller when you can have something so big and ridiculous? I have no idea what I'm going to do painting-wise with this thing. I'm thinking I might just chrome it all up, spray it down, stick it in school in my classroom, and show it off to my students. I don't know, I can't make up my mind. But as promised, I was going to show off the Asian dragon that Mini Monster Mayhem did as well, which I feel is just as visually impressive. Again, can't even fit it on the screen. All of it fitting on a nice little 80mm base. This came in an armored and unarmored option. If I had the option again to reprint it, I would probably fill up the hollowed out pagoda tower thing with, see, it's just absolutely huge too. Probably fill up the base with some kind of ballast just to weigh it down. It's pretty heavy, it's glued onto the base. It doesn't tip over, but it's still absolutely massive. Speaking of absolutely massive models as well from Mini Monster Mayhem, they did a recent Spelljammer set, or Spelljammer inspired, I should say, and if you want like astral dragons and stuff, those were big honkin' models as well. Just for further size reference, here is a typical 1/144th Gundam next to our Tarrasque. Pretty crazy. I mean, at this point, we're kind of bordering into like kaiju size stuff. So I only feel it's wholly appropriate for Ultraman to get in on the action. This Ultraman has been around the block. He's seen stuff. You can see he's quite beaten up over the years. That paint is super chipped. He's going to give him a good shot. I mean, even some of my other larger kaiju that I've got are dwarfed by this guy. I forget this guy's name from Dynazenon. He's a little bit larger. Still not as large as some of the big, funky stuff my kid has. And I had to show off this one just because it is so funky. And I know this is a very popular, hard-to-find indie kaiju that was based on like some illustration from a book in the 60s. So he wanted me to show that off. I guess they're a fair match at that point. But I'm just blown away. Just the ease I had of printing it, removing it. I didn't do the best job gluing it. You can see there's a bit of a substantial gap right in here between the torso and the tail section in the waist. But, you know, at this point, at this size, I'm not going to fret over it. Obviously, I guess if you're going to be really picky, you could totally fill it in with something. Me, I'm not going to bother. Too much time and effort. But I think just due to the sheer size, shape, style, there's a lot to be offered here for fans of printing quite large stuff. If you're crazy like me, and I know there's crazy people out there like me in that regard, trying to grab my Imperial Knight here. It's like, well, they're kind of close in size, I guess. If you wanted to use it as some kind of chaos engine, that might work. Throwing stuff. Let One Punch Man take it on. So honestly, I mean, people, if you haven't had a chance to check out Mini Monster Mayhem stuff, honestly and truly, without a doubt, I think some of the biggest, most visually striking and impressive models on a regular basis when it comes to just dynamic and interesting stuff that maybe you have a use for in a game, or maybe if you just like printing cool things, I do not think you will go home disappointed in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, we'll have a link down below. Definitely take a look. Enjoy some of those models like I am. And if you got any suggestions on how to paint this thing, by all means, hit me up. I'd love to hear it. I keep thinking, like I said, either chrome it up, but I was also thinking gold. Kind of like Grand King from the Ultraman Taro movie, of which I have too many. But anyways, yeah, very impressive. Very happy I got this thing printed. And we'll see if I can get it painted anytime soon. So, with that said, this has been I, Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.